Decisions, decisions, decisions. Which ones are you making? There are some decisions you make that are hurting you. There are some decisions you know you need to make. But will you?
This is the game of food.
This is the game of food.
We're helping real people get real results with delicious food. Real food. Live from Spencer's home studio, podcasting to the world. This is Game of Food. And here's your host, Spencer Frederick.
Decisions are everywhere. We are made up of decisions. You look the way you look because of decisions. Guys, whether you wear a beard or not. Women, the way you style your hair. Both men and women, what you wear. Decisions formed your house, where you live, your vehicle. Almost everything, even your body. There are big decisions and there are micro ones, and they're all important. And we underestimate them, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is tell you the path of two people quickly here. Let's make sure that they are like a similar person. They're both male. They're both 35. They both want to lose 40-ish pounds. They both have two kids. Let's say they don't have the same career, but it's in the same industry. And they both signed up for a program and they want to lose weight. Both men are presented with a brownie at work. Man number one eats the brownie. Man number two does not eat the brownie. Man number one, after eating the brownie later that night, makes more bad decisions. Decisions that likely pull him away from his what was good progress. And he sends a message to his coach. Bad day today, didn't do too well, just have been stressed, super busy, lot going on. Man number two takes his good decision that he made by dodging the brownie and continues to make good progress. No updates on how busy he is or how much is going on in his life. What in the world is the difference? It's this little second. It is this tiny little second of where you say yes or no. It is literally that simple. It really is. And we make those little micro decisions every day. Sometimes we make those decisions in a long streak, many months in a row. And they don't feel like decisions because you're automatically saying yes. And then sometimes we make the right decision that supports us and our goal for an extended period of time. And then we have days where we float back and forth. But these decisions are always there. And let me tell you, you can start making the right ones. Back to the example. Man number one and man number two had the same question pop up in their head when they were presented with a delicious brownie. Shall I eat this? One person's response in their mind was, yes, I shall eat this. It looks good. One brownie won't hurt me. The other person said, no, I know what happens. I will have this and I will continue to make bad decisions. I want to reach my goal. What is the difference? Well, that's a lot to dissect. There's a lot of things that we could talk about. I'm going to talk a lot about mental toughness for a while because I think that person two, man number two, who didn't eat the brownie, is a little bit tougher. I really think so. I think he can forego some comforts to get to a result better than man number one. I also think that it's very likely man number two isn't in it for just weight loss. He wants to be a good dad. He wants to set a good example to his little kids. I think man number two wants to support his wife, wants to support his spouse, and help her do well on her health and fitness so that he's not a distraction to her journey when he gets home. Meaning, I think he's a good leader. Compared to man number one, in it for weight loss. In it for nobody else. I want to lose some weight. Well, that's not very motivating. Man number one has terrible language, negative language. Language that tells the world, I don't have control. Man number two grabs what he can control and controls it, no matter the day, no matter how busy, no matter what's going on. He knows that he has control on what he puts in his hand and then in his mouth. He knows that busy is not an excuse. Man number one is full of excuses. Man number one is used to making mistakes and blaming other things besides himself. Man number two went through a phase in life where he made a lot of excuses and it didn't produce any results. And actually, he just felt worse and worse. So one day he decided he's not going to have that language anymore. I'm not going to have excuses. If I screw up, I'm going to learn from it. And it's going to make me better. Man number one is not very good at seeing patterns. Man number two is good at seeing patterns. It's not that the brownie is bad. If you're thinking that, then you're missing the point. The brownie isn't bad. It's the decision. Man number two understands that the brownie is not bad, but he knows if he has this brownie, he's likely to have it again when presented another brownie. He knows that last time he failed, it was exactly like this, where he gave in a little bit and it ended up spiraling out of control. Man number one doesn't recognize that pattern and thinks that that decision was okay as long as he makes good decisions. And he's not wrong. But that little brownie decision he just made is not in support of that at all. Man number two understands that you have to choose your hard. If you don't have your health or your body, that's hard to deal with. But he also understands that if you do the short-term hard, you deal with the short-term pain, it leads to some sort of gain or progress. Man number one does not understand that. Man number one is stuck in a cycle of comfort, making comfortable decisions and not understanding that there is an outcome to these decisions. Man number one needs to start saying yes to himself instead of letting anything that pops up in life control him. When he made that decision, he said no to himself and yes to a small short-term experience, a little party in his mouth that ended immediately after he swallowed. Man number one understands some of this at some point and wishes and prays for a big answer, the program that actually works, the diet that is easy, allows you to eat everything and the fat just melts off. When really the only way he is ever going to accomplish what he wants to accomplish is that little decision right there. And there's no program, there's no mental health course or therapist that you need. You need to start saying yes to yourself and no to things that pull you away from that. That's it. You got to start practicing those. Am I sitting on my high horse saying those are easy? No. I have not won all of those battles, but I feel like I have won most of those battles. And I want you to win some of those battles too. And it's up to you. Not everybody is ready for those battles. But when you are, hopefully I gave you a little bit of awareness that even those small decisions are what can hold you back, keep you feeling down, and keep you from the person you want to be. So, you decide. Spencer, signing off.